Are we live? Is this thing on? Are we live? You bet your tuchus, your booty. We are live, and we are in a Drafters 3 mini layup. $3 mini lobby. We are queued up. We're here. We're ready to go. English is not working. Sorry. It's been a little bit of a crazy last couple hours. It has been several tornado warnings, a lot of hail, some weird weather. And you know what? We're here. We're here. Thank you all for tuning in. I genuinely appreciate every last one of you. God bless you all. We survived. There's football on the TV. I initially wanted to have it playing in the background, but apparently there's rules and regulations against that. So we're not going to offend anybody and do anything offensive. So yeah, we're here. We're drafting with our disco balls, the best community on Drafters Fantasy. Shout out to all the disco balls. All right, we got our good buddy, Ash and 1 at the 101. Nice. We got yours truly at the 105. Carl Ramrod at the 106. Jonesy One Kenobi at the 108. Quasi, a.k.a. the two-time champion at the 109. And Antonio at the 110. He's no longer bonus hole. He is now Antonio. He left New York and he was bonus hole. He goes to Italy and he comes back as Antonio. Welcome back, Antonio. We're just gonna pull something up here real quick, and we'll start getting weird. How's everybody doing today? Everybody having a wonderful day? Thank you guys all for tuning in. Generally appreciate you all. If you guys don't know, now you know. We are drafting here on Drafters Fantasy Sports. This is a $3 mini where first place wins $30,000, and there's $200,000 in total prizes. We usually use these to warm up for the Drafters 2 million. That's a $20 buy-in where first place wins $1,000, and there's 2 million in total winnings or prizes, I should say. All right. We'll grab Kelce here. We'll grab Travis Kelce here. I hate drafting Travis Kelce. Common sense would say take Christian McCaffrey at the 105, but it is best ball. And this is our 123rd $3 mini draft. We are trying to max this out and get 150. So you just got to get exposure where you got to get exposure. And Travis Kelce is one of those guys who I would love to get at like the 108, 109, 110. I mean, I dream about, Travis Kelce in that stash in the second round. Like, seriously, that would be so amazing. It'd be the best thing ever, but it won't happen. So you got to get him where you fit in and try to get exposure where you can get exposure. And Travis Kelce is one of those guys who I don't have a lot of exposure to. So I'm here. I'm drafting Travis Kelce. Antonio says, what up? What up, Antonio? Kobe and the Cattle Dogs says, all clear. Thank God I am not talking to myself. Best Ball Jonesy, what's up, baby boy? He says, tornado warning and disco goes to the grocery store. Hey, my wife earlier set up a Walmart pickup. Where you like just go park your car and all the groceries are put into your trunk, and it's great. But like the timing was like right in the middle of the second warning. So yeah. Quasi says, hope you are safe. I'm better than safe. I'm triple Xing. Vitamin water, triple X. Jonesy says, I do with my pickups. Nice. So yeah, man. It's great to see you man, English is really not working. Take a step back. At least there's no hairball or hair in my eye. It's good to see you in here, Ashen One. Unique New York. So yeah, yesterday was a very interesting stream. Today should be fun. Should be very fun. I'm very excited to draft here with you beautiful folks. LOL, Ashen one. Got you. Got you. Ashen one, like Ash Ketchum from the Pokemon. Carl Ramrod. What are you drinking, Carl Ramrod? You got a mojito? Or you got like a gin and tonic? What you got going on? Who's drinking what? We got vitamin water. We're up in the booze for a little bit. All right. We're going to take Jalen Waddle. Oh, we just blocked that double stack from happening. The Waddle, Tyreek Hill double stack. Nope, got a liter of soda. Good movie. Good movie. I love that movie. This is good movie, man. If there's any chance that any of you can give me a play-by-play, and by play-by-play, I mean like just like the big plays, like if Zach Wilson shatters his pelvis by getting sacked, or if there's a touchdown. Field goals are nice. End of quarter. How does DeMarcus Ware do singing the national anthem? You know, that kind of stuff. We do a full like study breakdown of literally every pre-game play. So yeah, just because we're not watching it now doesn't necessarily mean that we won't be watching it later and trying to find any sort of secret, you know, advantage and spotting those breakout candidates. And if you guys know, Demario Douglas right now is my favorite rookie. But here's where we really make our money, by finding these rookies in these preseason games, or these guys who, you know, finally have a chance to make a lineup and do something. They've been working on their craft. So yeah, we do a deep breakdown. We study film, we diagnose film, we break down, we take notes of every preseason game, every single preseason game. So yeah, well, I'm very excited to put out content talking about who to push, who to fade, who to not bother with, who you should really be high on. I'm very excited to put out that content. But let's talk about what we're doing and where we're doing it at. Right now, we are drafting in the Drafters $3 mini. This is probably the third time I said this, where first place wins $30,000. There's $200,000 in total prizes. The other draft is the Drafters $2 million. This is the one where we're going to be doing the giveaway for. It's a $20 buy-in. First place wins $300,000, and there's $2 million in total prizes. This is a real money draft. It's not a mock draft. And in my humble opinion, we're doing it in best ball format, which is the most convenient way for you to draft. You have 20 rounds to fill your roster for depth. Each week, a starting lineup is composed of the following positions: 1 quarterback, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, and 1 flex. At the end of the week, the best overall performances on your roster will be submitted into your weekly matchup. So no more leaving points on the bench, no more waiver wires, no more trades, none of that garbage. You get to do the best part about fantasy football, and that's doing the fantasy football draft. It's so convenient. Zero time commitment. You literally just draft it and forget it, unless you're winning a really, 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 really ridiculous, stupid amount of money. So if you sign up today using promo code DiscoDrafts1, you get up to $100 matched with your initial deposit. We are from Ottawa, Ontario, so this tournament is in fact available in Ontario, and it's the only best ball tournament. I repeat, the only high stakes best ball tournament available in Ontario, and pretty much everywhere else in North America except for like Nevada, Montana, Hawaii. So yeah, we'll match your initial deposit dollar for dollar, and the season-long pick'ems are out. And right now, there's a couple of props that are out there that I'm like, these look like traps, but then I did the math and it's like, not really. The prop I want to talk about the most right now, and you guys can go smash the over or under if you guys disagree. Actually, comment if you want the over or under. Right now, it's Desmond Ridder at 2,650 passing yards. And I did the math. For 17 games, that's 155 passing yards per game. And I think he's going to smash that. And Justin Fields is at 2,950, which is 175 passing yards per game. They only need like a couple of 300-yard games to like really stand out. And I think it's a no-brainer. You got to smash the over. Am I crazy for smashing the over there? We're going to take Drake London here. This is a very unique build. So let's catch up with the chat. Quasi, another reason why Sleeper is better than Yahoo, they do live play-by-play even tonight's game while also showing fantasy points the fantasy players earn. Yeah, I like Sleeper. Don't get me wrong, I like Sleeper. I just feel like the ADP in Sleeper is weird. The ADP on Yahoo right now is absolutely broken, but towards the season, as the season gets a little bit closer, especially like for your redraft leagues, only for your redraft leagues, the ADP kind of like they buckle down and they fix it. They buckle down and they fix it. Willie, what's up? I'm sorry I missed tonight's draft. I'm sorry you missed tonight's draft too. How you doing though? I miss you. You doing well? Quasi, Ontario, strong. Very good. Very good. So yeah, we'll talk about our start here in our draft. Everybody's like, oh, you want to go zero RB. Oh, you want to go like hero RB. Da, da, da. One of the concepts that I've been like playing around with, especially with Kelsey early, is instead of getting the Mahomes Kelsey stack, I try to get two really strong tight ends and go with the bully tight end approach, which is Travis Kelsey and Mark Andrews. So on any given Sunday or Thursday or whenever they're playing, I know one is going to, like, this is what I'm betting on. One is going to be my starting tight end and have really high points, and the other one's going to go into my flex and also have very high points. And that's the convenient part about playing here on basketball. And we're going to take Joe Burrow. This is a great start for us. We got Kelsey, Waddle, Mark Andrews, Drake London, Joe Burrow. It's a very unique lineup. And in order to win these drafts, you want to go with a unique approach, because like everybody and their mom is going to take players at ADP. Everybody and their mom is going to take the Mahomes and Kelsey stack. Everybody and their mom is going to take the CeeDee Lamb, Tony Pollard, and then Dak Prescott approach and try to squeeze in, you know, a Malik Davis or a Jake Ferguson. Everybody's going to try to get, you know, Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jared Goffel. Everybody's going to try to get Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen. It's what are you doing to stand out? Because even though you're drafting right now against 11 other guys and you're in a lobby and you're in a league with 12 people, you're actually competing against 100. And well, in the drafters 2 million, I believe it's like just over 112,000 people that you're competing with. Here in the drafters $3 mini, you're actually competing against 76,140 people. So you gotta get best available, but also be unique. Do not try to reinvent the wheel and reach past ADP. Do not, you know, just try to get unique with your approach in your lineup. And I like having a couple bully tight end approaches. I think it's pretty unique. I think it's pretty different. If you guys hate it, whatever. So yeah, let's look at our disco balls. Action one right now. He started Justin Jefferson, Calvin Ridley, Jalen Hurts, Christian Kirk, Travis Etienne. So I believe he's going to be going for Trevor Lawrence. No, Trevor Lawrence is gone, so that's not going to work for him. But he does have three of the better producers, theoretically speaking, for this upcoming season for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So that's a good start. I like his start. Carl Ramrod goes CMC, Chris Olave, Josh Allen, Amari Cooper, Brandon Ayuk. Jonesy goes Bijan Robinson, Devonta Smith, Josh Jacobs. Jonesy's the only person I see drafting Josh Jacobs as much as humanly possible. I still have zero exposure to him. Deebo Samuel, I like the Deebo Samuel pick. Trevor Lawrence, George Pickens. I like your draft right now, Jonesy. That's a sick lineup, especially if Jacobs comes back. Quasi goes Stephon. This is the two-time champ, by the way. He's probably going to only go with one quarterback this draft. We'll make our next pick, and then we'll tell you about the two times lineup. All right. I'm going to take Cam Akers here. I'm going to get a running back. I mean, I like Hollywood Brown, but I think Cam Akers is going to outscore Hollywood Brown. I like Alexander Madison, but I don't like him at this ADP, so I'm not going to go with that. So Quasi, a.k.a. the two-time, he goes Stephon Diggs, Nick Chubb, Jahmyr Gibbs, Lamar Jackson, Deontay Johnson, Gabe Davis. Antonio, aka Bonus Hole, aka my dude from New York. He goes AJ Brown, Garrett Wilson, Ramondre, Brees Hall. So he's a Jets fan, and he got two of the best Jets that you could possibly get. Expect him to get Aaron Rodgers later. Chris Godwin, Kenneth Walker. That's a very strong start, Antonio. Very strong start. This is a very weird, bizarre start for us, but I might try this one quarterback approach. I might try it. A one quarterback approach with a bully tight end. This could be interesting. This could be the one. What do you think, Quasi? What do you think? What are your tools telling you? I can't pull mine up right now. Let me know. We're gonna make our next pick here. How do you guys feel about that pick'em? Ooh. I'm gonna grab Rachaad White here just because he should receive anywhere between 60 to 70 targets this game, or this season, I should say. And he should bail Baker Mayfield and that offense out a lot with a lot of volume. I don't know how durable he is, but he's also very young and very explosive with the rock in his hands. So for that, I'm trying to get more exposure to him, even though I don't anticipate Tampa Bay's offense is going to be very productive. I think he'll be like the one shining light there. We do need to start like pushing some wide receiver value, but I really like having Cam Akers and Rachaad White. It just sucks having running backs on the team that you're not necessarily going to get, a lot of production and a lot of wins on. So, who was it? Mason Dodd. He came out with this theory, and like it's pretty sound. The theory is draft running backs you anticipate being on winning teams because they tend to produce a little bit more. What was his rationale behind that? I can't remember. But it's a unique theory. It's a unique theory, and if everybody's going for the winning running backs, then another way to stand out is by taking losers. We are drafting losers today. Let's go. I want to say who I want as my next pick, but I also don't because Jonesy's there and he's like a big snipe show. Oh, Quasi just made an auto pick. What's going on there, bud? Jonesy is up on the clock. So we're not going to say who I want next, but Jonesy's probably going to snag him. So that's just what he does. Ashen1 says, feels like a trap on Ritter, like it's too easy, right? It's too easy. If you look at like other sports books and betting props, I believe they have him like way above 2,600. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have access to Underdog, so I can't tell you what his season-long passing yards props over there. But like from what I've gathered, that's like a pretty sick prop. Like it's almost like a gimme. And like I anticipate Ritter's gonna ball out. So a second QB adds value at the last round. Okay, well, we'll look at that. All right, the guy I wanted is still here. Treylon Burks. Let's go. We only have 3 wide receivers. But yeah, so far this is a decent draft. This is a decent draft. We're going very unique. We need to just push wide receiver value here. That's the bad part about going bully tight end approach in the first 3 rounds. If you go bully tight end approach in the first 3 rounds, you are pushing a lot of tremendous running back value in the second and third round. And you're also, not giving yourself a lot of great value at the wide receiver position because you're playing fill and catch up. But I feel like we're having some great success with some ADP fallers and just guys that we're really high on. Like Cam Akers is one of those running backs that we're super high on. We love Cam Akers this year. Why do we love Cam Akers this year? Because he's 2 years removed from his Achilles injury. He finished off the season very productive. It looks like Matt Stafford's invested. It looks like Cooper Kupp, even though he has his hamstring injuries, also invested. They didn't really do much in the draft, but their own line looks like they should be a little bit better this year. And it's like the way Cam Akers goes and the way that they call that offense with Sean McVay, it's like it's designed and predicated around the running back setting everything up, right? And Cam Akers has that ability. Antonio says, "What you think of mine so far?" Give me 2 seconds. Just let me make my pick here. Shit. I hate this pick. We'll take Rashad Bateman. That's a Bateman pick. See what I did there? That's bait. Antonio says, I know Homer picks Breece and Wilson, but like if those are the guys that like are on your home team that are your Homer picks and you're getting them at a good value, then good for you. Those are good, right? Ashen One says Ritter's at 26.50 on underdog. Okay, so it's like right at pace. Okay, fair enough. Antonio goes AJ Brown, Garrett Wilson, Ramondre Stevenson, Breece Hall, Chris Godwin, Kenneth Walker, Deshaun Watson, Evan Ingram. It's a 6 start. It's an absolutely 6 start. That's a very good start. But like, I think the deeper you go into these drafts, Antonio, the more you'll realize like it's so easy to have a solid start in your drafts. It's like, what are you doing to finish off your draft? I think that's what makes everybody stand out a little bit because, like, yeah, Quasi has 6 starts, but he also finishes strong because he's the 2-time, right? So I think he's going to go single QB here with Lamar Jackson, and I think he's also trying to tell me not to go with a 2 QB build here because he's scared of the strength that we're building here. And if I'm going to do the one quarterback thing at least once, this might be the time that I do it. Honestly, it might be the time that I do it. I like every part of my soul is like, why are you going to go with one quarterback? But like Quasi believes in it and his logic is sound, and I'm going to try it once. Said I'll try anything once. It's taken me 2 weeks to try this. It's taken me 2 weeks to try this. Yeah. Quasi says, LOL, you do you. I'm a supporter. I want to try it once. This is going to be the draft. I try it once. Your advice has been noted, and I'm grateful for your. Ooh, Antonio just got sniped from Aaron Rodgers. That's rough. That's rough, Antonio. And I know that your logic is sound, and I know that you're there with your logic and whatnot, but I just want to try it once because I just got to stay unique and stay true to myself, and just try something. Right, we're going to try something. Is anybody watching the game right now? Let me know. What's the score? Has there been any touchdowns? Any points scored? We're up next. Kyle Ramrod. I like the way Kyle Ramrod's drafting right here. Ayuk is another one of those guys I really want to start like getting exposure to and drafting, but I just can't get there. Like I'd love to, but I feel like there's too much meat on the bones. We're gonna take Jameson Williams. He looks great in camp. And I know like you don't want to be like high on like camp highlights, but Jameson Williams is a sick prospect. Zach Wilson, 1 completion, 3 yards. I took the over. I believe it was 63.5 when I bet. I took the over on Zach Wilson. K Mon, 3 of 4 completions, 27 yards. I didn't touch his props. I did not touch his props. Another interesting prop I took is Hyatt playing? Not Hyatt, sorry, Tillman. Is Cedric Tillman playing? I took Tillman's over. And I also took who was that guy who had that sick catch? Was it Pennyman, the wide receiver that had that sick catch in the Jets? I took him for an anytime touchdown, just for fun, just for shits and gigs. If we could get Tyler Boyd here, that would be awesome. At least I would have a little bit of correlation with my man Burrow. But yeah, I don't think correlation is something that we're going to really get much of on this roster, in this lineup, in this build. Quasi says it's not a bad play. I appreciate you, man. Honestly do. I think like there's a lot of you who I'm going to consider like longtime friends after this. because like I talk to you guys more than I talk to, like, my IRLs, the people I grew up with. You guys are such a cool community. I love our Discord, man. Our Discord's awesome. Cedric Tillman, 1 reception, 15 yards. We're looking good. We're looking good. I think it was either 43 or 34. One of those. Tyler Boyd, we got him. Let's go. Let's go. This is a very strange draft for me. I'm not going to lie. I would never in a million years do this kind of draft in a redraft league, but like you see the lineups that win these best ball tournaments time and time again, and it's just like these guys who outsmart everybody. It's like this is what the common folk would do. How can I outsmart it? And I think like me trying to outsmart smart people, because I'm a fucking idiot, me trying to outsmart smart people is a bad idea. And this is the first and last time I try to outsmart smart people. I just got to stick to my guns. Hopefully we can get Pop Douglas towards the end here. I know Carl Ramrod's a truther now, but man, we've been high on Demario Douglas forever. Like I just saw a video today of him running his 40, and like I'm like, there's no way this guy like had an official 4.42. He's much faster than that. Like you put him and Tyreek Hill's tapes together side by side, it's the same guy. It's the same guy, except one guy slaps people on the back of the neck. Nevertheless, and then this guy in one of my YouTube comments said, "Yeah, I think he's a 4.2 guy." And I'm like, "What? Why do you say that?" And he showed me a slowed down video in my comments of Demario Douglas crossing the line, and his unofficial 40 time was a 4.22. His unofficial time was a 4.22, and had his official time been 4.3, 4.28, 4.35, he would have been a first round pick. So the Patriots got him in the 7th round, and he is absolutely like, if you hear the Patriots players, Peppers, what's his first name? Jabril Peppers, Mac Jones, Juju Smith-Schuster, literally anybody who's talking, Bill Belichick, they're all like giggling. They're super giddy about this guy because all he does is snatch ankles and soles. My doggies came in. Hi, pups. Hi, Paulo. No, you can't jump up there. You're going to break the table. Hi, Paulo. Come here. Hi. Hi, Apollo. Hi. Hi. How'd you get up here, huh? How'd you get up here? It feels nice when the puppies interrupt. That's so sweet. Good boys. Good boy. Carl Ramrod. Good boy, Paulo. All right. Elijah Mitchell's injured. Should we panic? Absolutely not. But I think he could fall another round. So I'm going to take Van Jefferson. Part of me wanted to take Darnell Mooney, but I have way too much exposure to Darnell Mooney, so I'm not going to do that. After we make our next pick, we're going to tell you guys what we're doing and where we're doing it at. But yeah, man, Demario Douglas. Like my wife's like, is there any Patriot who like you want a jersey of this year? And I'm like, not really. And we had this conversation like 2 weeks ago, and I've been high on Demario Douglas since I did his player profile breakdown after the draft, and I've been high on him since like a week or two post draft. There's like we got receipts of me talking up Demario Douglas. Whenever he has a jersey number, like they assign him a jersey number that's not the number 60. Whenever we assign him a jersey number that's not the number 60, that's the jersey I want. I want that Pop Douglas jersey. I want it. And I'm just waiting for this next pick. Yeah, absolutely insane, that guy. His speed, his talent, his ability to snatch soles and ankles. He's going to be such a dynamic weapon that Bill Belichick's going to utilize. And honestly, like he's still going in the last round. And you're going to start seeing him go up higher. We called it. It's on our YouTube shorts. We called it. He's going to start getting drafted. He was practically free. And we got a lot of exposure out to him. And, we'd love to still get more exposure, but we got him when he's free. Right now, he's not going free. So get him while you can. Get him while he's going in the 19th and 20th round. All right. We're going to take Jaylen Warren here. I don't have a lot of exposure to Jaylen Warren. But yeah, I think we did a good job replenishing our wide receiver start. So yeah, let's tell you what we're doing and where we're doing it at. Right now, we're drafting in the Drafters $3 mini. First place wins $30,000. It's a $3 buy-in. This is not a mock draft. FYI, this is a real money draft. So it's a $3 buy-in. First place wins $30,000 Rooskies, and there's $200,000 in prizes to be redistributed to all the other placements. Then there's also the Drafters 2 milli, aka the 2 million. It's a $20 buy-in. First place wins $300,000, and there's $2 million in total prizes. When we get to 200 subscribers, we're going to give away 3 Drafters tickets. So if you are watching this, subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. I would genuinely appreciate it. And yeah, it is best ball format. And in my humble opinion, best ball format is the most convenient way for you to draft because there's 0 time commitment. You have 20 rounds to fill your roster for depth. Each week, a starting lineup is composed of the following positions: 1 quarterback, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, and 1 flex. At the end of the week, the best overall performances on your roster will be submitted to your weekly matchup. So no more leaving points on the bench, no more waiver wires, no more trades, none of that garbage. You literally just draft it and forget it unless you're winning a really ridiculous amount of money at the end of the season. So if you sign up today using promo code DiscoDrafts1, we will match your initial deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. Yeah. Folks at Drafters, we like disco. And since we like disco, we like you. And if you like disco and we like disco, like the video. And take this deposit match up to $100. So if you put $100 right away, you'll have $200 to play with. You get to do some Drafters 2 millis with the boys. You get to do some minis with the boys. You get to do, the season-long pick'ems. If you put 4 props down, that'll 10x your dollars. If you put 8 props down on season-long props, it'll 100x your dollars. Just think about how far that can go. I'm not going to do the math because I'm not a mathematician. As I said, I'm stupid. I'm good at fantasy football. I'm just dumb. I can't even spell 99% of the time. I still couldn't tell you without autocorrect how to spell the word queue, like queue up. I need autocorrect for that. Honest to God. Ooh. Boy, we are hurting here for running back value. It's so weird. We just took Jerome Ford. Love Jerome Ford. This is a weird draft for us, man. This is a weird draft, but I like it because it's unique New York. If Mac Jones or Desmond Ridder falls to the last round, I'll probably snag a second quarterback. If not, I'm going to do the single quarterback. That's how I'm feeling. Feeling spicy today. So let's catch up on all the Disco Balls drafts. Holy Ashton one's just getting all the wide receivers right now. And then Chuba. Nice. I like his draft. Justin Jefferson, Calvin Ridley, Jalen Hurts. Calvin Ridley going in the second round is so weird to me because I was used to him going 3rd and 4th. He's practically free. Christian Kirk, Travis Etienne, Dallas Goedert, Darren Waller. So he went with a relatively strong bully tight end approach here too. He didn't risk the ADP sacrifice. So good for you. I'm not jealous. We'll take Tajay Spears. I know Roschon Johnson's there, and I'm very high on Roschon Johnson, but my exposure to Roschon Johnson is it's obnoxious. It's absolutely crazy. Jonesy says, just remember Queue. Forgot it already, buddy. I'm sorry. So he went with a bully tight end approach here, and he got 2 highly touted tight ends in round 6 and 7, and we're dumbasses, and we went with 2 tight ends in rounds 1 and 3. This may be his 3rd draft, but he's drafting like it's his 300th. Antonio Gibson, Rashad Penny. Rashad Penny's another guy I need to start getting access to in these $3 minis because we're running out of time. We max out at 150. Jacoby Myers, Alan Lazard, Adam Thielen, DJ Chark, Jonathan Mingo, Chuba Hubbard. I love the way you draft, bro. This is my first draft with you, and I hope I get to draft with you a lot more. It's a sick draft, buddy. This is a sick draft. Antonio, we already went over his lineup pretty much. I want to see what he did after he went with Evan Ingram and Deshaun Watson. He goes Romeo Dobbs, Dak Prescott, Zay Jones, Gerald Everett, Devin Singletary, Chigozimu Konkwu, Curtis Samuel. I like your two tight ends here, buddy. Gerald Everett and Chig Okonkwo are like, those are great values. You are matching your excellent start with an even strong mid or an even stronger middle, and now looks like you're having a very strong late push as well. Quasi, aka the two-time. The reason why we call Quasi the two times because he won first and second place in one of these tournaments last year. At first, when he jumped into our stream, I'm like, what? I can't pronounce your name. Quasi Queso Dip. So we called him Queso Dip until we figured out that he wasn't, a cheesy guy. There was nothing cheesy about him. He's the real deal O'Neal. He's the two-time champ. Put some respect on his name. He deserves it. Stephon Diggs, Nick Chubb, Jahmyr Gibbs, Lamar Jackson, Deontay Johnson. He had a sick one-handed catch today. Gabe Davis. I want to get more Gabe Davis. Zay Flowers. I start off getting so much Zay Flowers, and it just stopped. J.K. Dobbins in the round 8. Wow. That is insane. Nico Collins, David Njoku, Rashee Rice, Tank Bixby, another guy I need to start getting to more. Alec Pierce, Jaden Reed, Taysom Hill. That's why he's a two-time. Jonesy, Bijan, Devontae Smith, Josh Jacobs, Deebo Samuel, Trevor Lawrence, George Pickens, Kyle Pitts, Quentin Johnston, Zach Charbonnet, Kadarius Toney, Juju Smith-Schuster, Tyler Algier, Rashid Shaheed, Jeff Wilson. Damn it. I'm like, I hope Jeff Wilson's available. Nope, Jonesy, every time. John Mechie, Zamir White. Jonesy, you're a beast, bro. You're a beast. And if you guys are not following Best Ball Jonesy on Twitter or what's it called now? The Garden of Elon. What the hell is it called? We'll take Gus Edwards here. The Garden of Elon. SpaceX, the black hole, Twitter. Yeah, Twitter. We'll just call it Twitter because everybody still calls it freaking Twitter. If you're not following Jonesy, Best Ball Jonesy, there, do it. Great follow, great read, and he's just getting better at putting out some serious, his knowledge is top notch. He's getting better at formatting it and putting it into, tweet restricted word counts, and now he's doing even sicker templates and pictures of his top 10, and it's sick. Honestly, if you want to win fantasy football, you got to follow all these fellas you see in the live chat. Honestly, Quasi's a beast. Basketball Jonesy, that's my guy. Yours truly, just do it because Twitter is a great place to get a lot of fantasy football information. You get to see who's a believable and wonderful source and who finds multiple sources instead of just blowing smoke. And then you got those assholes who just do hot takes and don't back it up. There's this one guy, I'm not going to name his name, but he just goes out and he's like, Tony Pollard is going to be Austin Eckler 2.0 this year. And I know you know who I'm talking about, Jonesy. If you do know who I'm talking about, don't say it because I don't want to disrespect anybody. It's not me to talk shit or disrespect anybody. But Austin Eckler has been the best player in fantasy football, if not the top 3 best player in fantasy football forever. And my man's out here saying Tony Pollard. And that's what bugs me. He's a respected name in the fantasy football industry. And it's I don't get why people make that take. I'm high on Demario Douglas because when you put on the tape, the dude's a freaking beast. His intangibles are there. He should have had a 4.2 40, but he got robbed. There's a conspiracy against him because Bill Belichick's I really need a true number 1, wide receiver, a guy with 4.2 speed. But what we're going to do, because, the NFL's fixed, and here's my hot take. The NFL's fixed. It's scripted, and Bill Belichick wanted this 4-2-2 guy in the 7th round, so they gave him a 4-4-2 40. Man alive. Oh, we took a second quarterback there. We took Mac Jones. I couldn't pull the trigger on that single quarterback jacket. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's like I wanted to. I was convinced I was going to do it. I was there in spirit. I really wanted it to. I'm sorry, Quasi. I let you down. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Today's not that day. Dirty Mike and the boys says, thanks for the F Shack. That's a good looking there Prius there, boy. Ashton one says, I love getting 3 car receivers. If you're interested, I'll tell you about it in Discord later. Oh, I'm so interested. Why don't you tell us here? Tell us here. Let us all know. Not just our Discord server, but like let the universe know. Because, yeah, that'd be sick. No, yeah, the Discord server is completely fine. I would love to pick your brain. Jonesy says X. I'm mad that top 10 I sent earlier is too big. I have to try to format it down to size or redo it. Yeah. Is it too big to format? I'm sure there's ways around it. It was nice, but that I learned how to make them now. Yeah, I'm glad you did, buddy. Honestly, it's such like I think the best thing to ever happen to me, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, the best thing to ever happen to me was starting this channel called Big DFS Energy in January because we were absolutely crushing it in DFS and we wanted to give DFS knowledge. And it's just like I had to learn how to edit. I had to learn how to create thumbnails. I had to learn how to make like templates. And like I'm a modern day Neanderthal. I'm a 6'8", 320-pound meathead. And I had to learn how to do all that stuff. And that failure of Big DFS Energy in January, because the timing was just so stupid, was the best thing that ever happened to me because I learned all of these skills that like I get to just hop on now and like create the sickest thumbnails on YouTube. There's nobody like my thumbnails are unparalleled. You can't compete with my thumbnails. You can't. I'm so freaking modest. Like I'm the best at modesty. Nobody can touch me in modesty. Like if there was a championship and an award for modesty, I would be the modestest of all modest people. Like it's me and then Donald Trump. He's pretty modest too, that guy. There's a lot of sarcasm there. Please know that I'm being sarcastic. Uh-oh. Okay, we're going to take Hunter Renfrow. Hopefully my guy falls to me in round 19. Hunter Renfrow, that value is relatively good. And if history repeats itself, last year they were really fading, Josh Jacobs. There was a lot of bad news about Josh Jacobs and like not making the cut and not being part of the team. And that turned out great for him. So if they're doing the same thing to Hunter Renfrow, I want in. I want in on Renfrow. Quasi says, wait until B. Kurt's also in the draft, then do it. Yeah, you might be right. So like, I think the only time I'm ever going to get like this super lobby is on August 15th when we have Justin Herzig on and we do the drafters 2 million. Because like B. Kurt said he wanted to be in there 100%. We got to get B. Kurt in there. Quasi, I need you in there. Because like, even though Justin Herzig is like one of the best to ever do it, like I like the guys in our community already as well. So it would just be sick to be like, it would just be like a, if you like Dragon Ball Z, you'll understand. It would just be like sandwiched in between like 3 like God mode Gokus just going at it. And like I just want to be part of that. I want to be in that room. I want like all the conversation. I want all the draft picks. I want all the theories. I want it there, man. I want it to be absolutely biblical. All right, my guy's here. We're going to take him. Pop Douglas. I can't get enough of Demario Douglas in the last 2 rounds. I can't do it. All right. Ashton one says, lot to type, but the theory is receivers that are area are hits and miss. By getting Carolina's wide receivers, you get all 3 for a discount on guys by getting 700 plus receiving yards each. That's true. That's absolutely true. I like that theory. I tried it once actually with the New Orleans backfield. I went all three New Orleans running backs. I don't think it's as serviceable. I don't think it's as smart to do it with three running backs, especially since you're very limited in these roster constructions with your running backs. But yeah, I went Kamara, Jamal Williams, and why the hell can I remember his freaking name? Too many concussions, too many hits on the head. Where the hell is he? Kendre Miller. I couldn't find him, but Kendre Miller. Yeah. So yeah, that's a cool theory. Jonesy says I could post it. It would show it all if you click on it, but who clicks on pictures on Twitter? LOL. So most of the pictures was cropped out when I tried to post it. Oh, well, yeah. Like when we go ahead and we post our like lineups, you got to click on it, or it just shows like your middle of the pack running backs and starting of your wide receivers. So yeah, I think it's fine. Like you want people who want to click and expand it. Ashton one says then one is going to hit each game minimum, which is guarantee of one of you getting your points. Yeah, but you lower your ceiling. I know you raise your floor, but you lower your ceiling exponentially by doing that. Fumble, Jets ball. What happened, Antonio? Who fumbled? Who scooped? What's the score? Jets on the board with a field goal. We took the under. Quasi says, I'd like to know what his take on the 1 QB draft is. I think what I really want to know is like, how's he taking his like I want to know how high he's placed in drafters basketball tournaments, because he's told me he did over 70 drafters 2 million and counting. This was like last week, right? He told me he's done that many. We'll take Deuce Vaughn. Let's go. Yeah. I wonder what his so like there's a different approach between drafting on underdog and drafting on drafters, because on underdog it's like a week by week matchup and there's a playoff settings, whereas on drafters it's literally just best overall performance season long, like accumulated points. I wonder what his approach is like over there. Jets with another field goal, 6-0. Oh, you did that with the KC backs? That's cool. So you went McKinnon, CEH, and Pacheco. You should have thrown in Deneric Prince in there. I'm a Deneric Prince truther. I'm not. I'm higher on Justin Ross. Weiss Hot TV is taking Nick Chubb overall number 4 bad. It depends on what the format is, right? Are you in like a half PPR format, standard format, PPR format? I mean, at the end of the day, like I'm not going to tell you it's good. I'm not going to tell you it's bad. I'm just telling you based on my personal bias, I can't see a world where it's a smart pick, because you could probably get Nick Chubb at a better valuable 12-man full PPR. Yeah, I would say there's way too much value that you can get in a PPR, at the number 4, and Nick Chubb could still potentially fall to you in the second round. So I would not take him number 4 overall. I would wait for the second round. If you can get him in the second round, by all means do it, but always take best available. At the 4 overall slot, there's no world where, in my humble opinion, he's best available. But Weiss Hat TV, thank you for tuning in, man. I generally appreciate you popping into the stream. Means a lot. All right, let's look at our draft, wrap it up, go watch some football. Thank you guys for keeping me up to date with like the scores and all that good stuff. Jonesy says, okay, guys, I'm out. Won't be here tomorrow or over the weekend. Back on Monday. We'll miss you, man. We'll miss you. Enjoy DuBQ. Enjoy DuBQ, Iowa. He still never told me how to pronounce it. Love you, buddy. Safe travels. Talk sooner, right, man? All right. We wanted to go with a 1 quarterback draft here. I just want to see if Quasi went 1 quarterback here. No, he didn't. He went with Kenny Pickett. Yes, he can. And Lamar Jackson. I wanted to try that one quarterback theory, but the way it was working out, it was either I did the one quarterback or the bully tight end. I can't do both. Just not smart. That redraft I did earlier had Chubb go at the 111. I mean, I can see that happening. I can see that world. Like I could see it happening. But I think it would be bad advice if I told somebody to take Nick Chubb at the 104. I can't do it. I mean, if you have a feeling, by all means, do your thing, boo-boo. Just not going to attach my name to that feeling. Joe Burrow, Mac Jones as our quarterbacks. Cam Akers, our running back situation is horrible. Cam Akers, Rachaad White, Jaylen Warren, Jerome Ford, Tajay Spears, Gus Edwards, Deuce Vaughn. If we can get like some bye week spikes to just like pop, like I just need 2 guys to perform every week for 18 weeks. And we'll be 17 weeks. We'll be fine. Wide receiver, I like it. It's okay. Jalen Waddle, Drake London, Treylon Burks, Rashad Bateman, Jameson Williams, Tyler Boyd, Van Jefferson, Hunter Renfrow, Demario, Pop Shata, Douglas. Put some respect on his name. And remember, you heard it here first. Demario Douglas. And we went with the bully tight end approach. We went Travis Kelce and Mark Andrews. I've done that now 3 times, and I think that's the last time I'm going to do it. Listen, folks, football's on the TV, and we had, a bunch of you beautiful beasts here in the live. Thank you so much. We had a couple new faces. Thank you guys for coming by. Hopefully we can see you guys again, same time, same place tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern time. It would mean a lot if you could subscribe. Love you guys to pieces. Thank you guys for helping me, live my dream and make the journey super, super freaking enjoyable. I love surrounding myself with good, tremendous, wonderful people. And the people that we have here are the absolute best. So I'm very blessed to have you guys. When I count my blessings, I count my wife twice, and then I count you guys as well. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Till tomorrow, Manana, Friendship Friday. Bring your bevies. Pinkies up, motherfuckers. Peace.